Hey everyone, welcome back to the Forgotten Working Class podcast. It's me, Tiffany, the owner of Arcing Ahead Blue Collar Apparel line. Can't thank you guys enough for liking, subscribing, sharing our videos and stuff. Um, as promised, this is real and raw and our life. So thank you for coming back for it. Today I just wanted to touch base again on PTSD and struggles, real life struggles of not just us, but everyone around us. People are hurting out there, and it's really sad. You know, our family went through a crazy tragedy because of a injury on the job, and other people are going through other things in life that, have completely rocked their worlds too. I'm literally sitting in my car doing this just because our life has not been stable for the past 4 years. And when these thoughts come to my mind, I'm just, I guess, ready to share. 4 years later, I'm ready to claim my life back. I'm ready for my husband to go on. And as I've mentioned, September is his burniversary, and we're just a few short days away from the actual anniversary, September 18th. But seasonal depression and PTSD is so very real. So real. Every year since the accident, he'll have periods of time over the year where he'll have bad dreams, memories of his coma, or flashbacks of waking out of a surgery, over 30 something surgeries we have to tell you guys about, all the excruciating pain he went through, feeling like he was being tortured when actually people were trying to help him. But if you're a trauma survivor, you know that you have to go, unfortunately, through excruciating pain, during your recovery in order to get better. But people like my husband who have gone through so many surgeries back to back to back to back, they get hurt to heal, to get hurt again, to heal. And it's so debilitating. And I hate to say this, but I mean, it's real. I watch him go through this. I've watched him struggle with the nightmares and screaming out my name in the middle of the night, or for months he was sleeping in, we had to rearrange his room multiple times. We haven't slept in the same bedroom in years just because of his nightmares and freaking out in the middle of the night. So it's completely rearranged our life. Our children have had to move rooms before so he could feel better. We sold our house this year, earlier in the year, just to, start fresh, have a change of scenery, and try and recover. There's so many different things that I've done trying to just take this pain away from him that's embedded mentally in his brain. But there's no escape. The escape comes for, maybe a few weeks at a time where he feels completely normal. He's at peace. He's happy. He has no nightmares or intrusive thoughts. But then, like the month of September, every single year now, 4 years, it's completely debilitating for him. He can get up and he can laugh and he can talk, but then you see him zoning out and he's right back into those intrusive thoughts. He's remembering different things and he's just trapped for weeks at a time. And it's doing it again this year. In the past, like I said, him sleeping in other rooms, he would come barging through wherever I was sleeping, slam the door open, hysterically screaming or crying or hyperventilating. And I'd have to talk him down. I'd have to reassure him he's fine, he's home, he's safe. It was just a dream. It was a nightmare, basically relive whatever he was freaking out about again with him. We're still going through that. I don't know if that will ever change, But I'm really hoping in this podcast and talking more out loud with others like him that we can help each other heal. I want to hear from the wives, the girlfriends, families who are trying to make it out of these tragedies, you know? I also want to hear from those who are still employed, who are now learning valuable lessons from our families, and now are encouraging each other to think twice, stay safe, you know? So this is real and it's raw. And some days you're going to see me with a nice background or a nice setup doing these podcasts. And some days you might see me in my car, no makeup on, practically in tears, because it feels never ending. It really does. And I thank God for the good days, because there's so many more bad than are good. And I'm so ready to share our story. I'm so ready to heal. I'm so ready to help my husband heal. I'm so ready for our children to heal. The things that they've seen and been through and witnessed, it's just unreal. Life isn't fair, and it's something my husband says all the time. Life is not fair, but we all have the option to keep going, and we're gonna keep going. Anytime something happens in my life, I don't know how, but it gives me the strength to keep going. There's so many things we went through in our younger years, or when we first, started dating, all those struggles. It gave us the strength to still be here today, standing with each other, to be able to go through all of this together. It's a lot for me to carry. It's a lot for me to carry on my shoulders as a wife, as his best friend, as his confidant. He confides all this in me. And sharing this with the world is never to embarrass him or humiliate him. It's real. It's so real that it rocked our world. Our life is nowhere near what it used to be. But like I said, out of all the hard times, I choose to just stand back up, and it gives me strength. And even after I'm done sitting in my pity party today because he's going through it again, I'm going to get back up, and I'm going to keep going on with this, because I want to hear from you guys. I need you guys. We need each other. He needs you. And I'm sure you guys need us too. And that's my whole reason for starting this. The apparel line, like I said, it's amazing. Blue collar blood type. You can see on my shirt my husband's logo. So cool. I have my own logo for the wives and babes and triple threats out there who are the working women. We hope to make a difference. We really, really do. Like I mentioned, 10% of your subscriptions or your purchases go back to Jackson Memorial Hospital. That's where John's life was ultimately saved. That's where most of his surgeries were done. That's where some of our new lifelong friends are. Miracles are made at Jackson. And I know some of you other survivors, I want to hear where you were treated. I want to know your stories. All of these hospitals are so incredible. They saved you. Something I'll never forget is, as I mentioned, the day it happened, the first week of this, they didn't know if he was going to make it. And some of our pictures where he's standing in front of the doctors with his skull completely open, they just kept saying, "We can't believe you're alive. We can't believe you're here." You guys are meant to be here too. And I hope that together we can find our reason, because I don't want to feel like this anymore. He doesn't want to feel like this anymore. And hopefully by talking more about these things, it's going to help all of us. I didn't plan on being emotional like this, and it's hard for me to be vulnerable like this, but this is the truth. There's been so many days like this where I've had to just sit in my car or go for a drive or scream, yell, cry, plead for mercy. To have this roller coaster in life is just not fair. To be also taking care of 2 children, it's just indescribable. Absolutely indescribable. In 2020, our daughter was diagnosed with epilepsy. All of the stress, we feel like, brought it on. She had her first convulsing seizure in front of us. It was horrific. Now she takes daily medication. Now it's forever a worry for me. So trying to keep our stress levels to a minimum while John has to stay away from us or just go lay down for hours at a time, or I don't know. And then a 5-year-old, where's daddy? What's daddy doing? Can daddy play with me? It's so hard. And you think 4 years later, because John is walking and talking and able to drive now, that he's fine. He's not. I don't know that he'll ever be. But I surely do pray for it. I pray that meeting others, like I said, are going to help us go on and see that we're not alone and you're not alone. And by talking more and more about it and sharing stories, hopefully it'll just give us all some healing that we need. So, approaching 4 years in a few days, it's not easy. Not at all. But I appreciate you guys so much for just listening. And this isn't about pity. This isn't for anybody to feel bad. Again, this is helping others. That's what we're all about, is helping others. And I truly feel like if there were more stories like ours put into social media and, everything that you guys watch and see, if this was available years ago, some of the survivors we met, have been survivors for 10 plus years now of different stories. If this was available, maybe these workers would have tuned in. Maybe they would have thought twice, I don't know, but I feel like it's time to raise awareness for these dangerous jobs, time to give credibility to the men and women who work these dangerous jobs. They have to be done, regardless if it's safe or not. So while you're at the gas station this morning or Publix, we're in Florida, so we have Publix, your supermarket, wherever, you see somebody in dirty clothes, greasy hands, work boots, whatever, just say thank you. They don't even have to know why. Just say thank you. Or buy them a soda, a bag of chips. Do something kind for somebody. We're all hurting out here. And it's not just from being injured, it's from so many other things in life. Yeah, this podcast is about blue collar, but think about everyone you know who has gone through something tragic and who is just hurting so badly. Do something nice for someone. That's all we're trying to do over here. I appreciate you guys so much. Please subscribe and follow our pages: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all of them. Arcing Ahead, Blue Collar Apparel line. And be sure to visit the website, arcingaheadapparel.com. Thank you guys.